So after days of rumours, today it has been confirmed that Javi Gracia has been sacked by Leeds United and they've chosen the wildest of picks to replace him. Yes, Sam Allardyce is Leeds United manager for the final 4 games of the Premier League season. So that got me thinking, how's he going to do in those final 4 league games? And how will he do if he stays on after that at Leeds United? And I thought the only way to find out was by loading up Football Manager, adding Sam Allardyce as the Leeds manager with 4 games to go and seeing how he does. So that's exactly what we've done. You can see here Sam Allardyce is Leeds United manager. There's 4 games left in the season. They aren't in the same position as they are in real life. They've not got the same number of points or anything like that. But it'll give us a good idea of how he is going to fare in the final 4 league games of this season and onwards into the future as to however long he decides to stay as Leeds manager or is allowed to stay as Leeds manager. So first off, we'll take a look at how Football Manager has got the league table looking on the 2nd of May 2023, which of course is yesterday at time of recording. And the Leeds United are 14th in the league, so a bit better than they're doing in real life. They're also 9 points better off than they are in real life, but still in a bit of a relegation battle in Football Manager, so that's pretty accurate. There's a few teams down the bottom there that I wouldn't necessarily have had down there. Brentford and Brighton, namely, in the relegation zone alongside Everton, but Everton's a fair shout. So what we're going to do is I'm going to advance first off to the end of this current season and we'll take a look at how Leeds have done, how Sam Allardyce has done if he's still in a job after 4 games, and then we'll advance again probably through to like halfway through the season and then end of the season for the however many seasons it is that Sam Allardyce stays in charge of Leeds, and we'll hopefully by the end of the video have a good idea of how well he's going to do. If you are a Leeds United fan, even if you're not a Leeds United fan, let me know what you think of that appointment of Sam Allardyce in the comment section down below. Apparently he thinks he's just as good as Klopp and Pep.
There's nobody ahead of me in football terms. Not Pep, not Klopp, not Arteta.
I mean, he's not, but good self-confidence, Sam. So we're now at the end of this current season in real life, the 22-23 season, and Leeds United have secured their place in the Premier League for next season, staying 14th, which is where they were when Big Sam took charge. He's managed to pick up an extra 4 points in those final 4 league games. So let's take a look at how he's done results-wise. We'll take a look at how they were doing before he joined and then how they've done since. Obviously, we know that 4 points, that's generally going to be, that's either 4 draws or a win in the draw, isn't it, if you do quick maths. So prior to Big Sam joining, Leeds were on a 4-game loss streak. Incidentally, Javi Gracia had already been sacked by this point in this version of Football Manager. I think he got sacked. Did he get sacked? When did he get sacked? He'd been sacked on the 2nd of April. And David Moyes replaced him for 12 days before we brought in Big Sam to steady the ship. So in the final 4 league games of this season, he managed a win in his first game against Nottingham Forest, a draw against relegation rivals Everton, and 2 defeats against Wolves and Man City, but it was enough to secure their safety for another season. Put them on 34 points. They're currently on 30 points and just level on points with Nottingham Forest, who are occupying the final relegation spot. So bit unsure as to whether that would be good enough, Big Sam. Let's take a look at how he's doing halfway through the 23-24 season. So it's Christmas Day 2023. Merry Christmas to you and yours. And Leeds United are, can you guess, they're 14th again. They seem to like this position a lot. 14th in the league table after 18 games played. They've got 19 points from those 18 games. They're currently 5 points clear of relegation. Let's see what sort of results Big Sam has been getting for the men in white. So they had a pretty poor August to start the season, losing to City, United and Norwich, and a draw against Leicester. They got through in the Carabao Cup, but then eventually got knocked out in the 3rd round to Blackburn. September was a bit better with wins against Palace and Spurs, a draw against Arsenal as well. That's pretty good. But then October and November are pretty much write-offs, barring a 3-0 win over Blackburn and 2 1-all draws against Newcastle and Forest, losing against Villa, West Ham, Fulham and Liverpool. And December so far is a bit of a mixed bag with defeats to Wolves and Chelsea, but narrow victories over Everton and Bournemouth. How did he do in the transfer market? He's only gone and signed Dele Alli for $5.5 million from Everton. Interesting signing there from Big Sam. And he's also made a pretty substantial sale as well in Wilfred Gnonto, can't say that name. He's gone to Bayern for £50 million, and that money has been reinvested in the squad with a guy from Salzburg that I've got to be honest, I haven't really heard of, and I don't have the attributes on to see how good he is, and someone from Lille as well. But Dele Alli is definitely the standout there that I recognise. So let's head on now to the end of this season to see if he manages to keep Leeds United away from relegation once again. And he's only gone and done it. I think there's a problem here because Leeds are 14th again. They've ended on 39 points, so three or four points less than last season. Was it 4 points? Did they end on 43 points last season? I can't remember. Yeah, they ended on 43 points. So he's 4 points worse off than last season, but they've ended 9 points clear of the relegation zone in 14th. And Leeds United fans, would you be happy with that? Would you be happy with it? I mean, this season you'd be more than happy with a 14th place finish. But yeah, 14th, meh. So since Christmas, they picked up only 6 victories in the league against QPR twice. Once against Bournemouth, against Everton, against Wolves and Blackburn, reaching the 5th round of the FA Cup, getting knocked out eventually to Chelsea, and their last 6 games of the season weren't great, only picking up 1 point in the final 6, but they'd somehow done enough to not get relegated. Just looking to see if he did any business in the January transfer window, and he only brought in 1 player, Alan Campbell from Luton. So things aren't looking too bad with Big Sam in charge. He's not really pushing them any further up the table. In fact, they've got worse from last season, to be honest, by 4 points. So let's see how he can get on by Christmas of 2024. And turns out Big Sam is no longer in charge of Leeds United by Christmas of 2024. I was wondering why they aren't currently 14th in the table. It could be because Big Sam's not there. They're up in 10th, but when did Big Sam leave? He left on the 10th of June, so he left literally a week after I last came back. So we can't really judge this season on Big Sam. So Big Sam's legacy as Leeds United manager is going to be possibly saving them from relegation this year. He only picked up 4 points in those last 4 games. Not sure that'll be enough in real life. And finishing 4 points worse off next season, but still not getting relegated, keeping Leeds in the Premier League, which is what he has been brought in to do. So that is it for this experiment video. If you'd like me to do more of these kind of things, let me know by hitting the like button and leaving a comment down below. Like I said, if you're a Leeds United fan, how are you feeling about this Sam Allardyce appointment? He doesn't play the nicest of football, but has he got enough about himself and about the team to keep themselves up this season? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time.